So this is a very special episode of the Easy Genie video blog, and we have an author, Sarah Dixwell Brown, and she's written a pretty interesting book, and she also has a very interesting item, an artifact in this box. And Sarah, I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the book as well as the box and what's in the box and what's the connection between the two.
Sure. When my father named me Sarah Dixwell Brown, he didn't tell me that the surname Dixwell had come to this country with a fugitive from justice who'd helped get a king beheaded.
Oh my.
So I found that out when I was 28 in London, and I went home and I said to my father, Dad, I just found this book about someone who killed a king named John. We're not related, are we? And my dad went like this. And then he waited 10 years before he gave me something that John Dixwell had brought with him when he fled. And it's in this box right here.
Okay, so let's take a look at this beautiful box. And I saw the pearl inlay, and I thought it was something from Asia at first, but it's not.
It's from Korea.
The box is from Korea.
I've worked with a lot of Korean students, and it was one of my students who went with me on my research trip.
Oh, wow.
So this honoring Mi Jung Kim.
Okay.
So my father, 10 years after I found out about John Dixwell, he handed me something in a plastic produce bag.
Uh-huh.
That's how he wrapped it. He said, well, you should have this.
Okay.
Because this is your middle name and you're the only one that's found out about it. So this is my archival original plastic bag.
Okay.
I've kept it from the fruit center.
The fruit marketplace.
Yeah.
Milton Marketplace in Hingham.
Right, no, in Milton, actually.
Okay.
And so I opened it up and I pulled out this. Imagine my astonishment.
Oh my goodness.
This is the key to Dover Castle, which is not a fancy gentleman's castle, but a fortification, a military installation in Dover, which is where invasions into England always come. Like when the Romans conquered England in 55 AD, they came through Dover.
Wow.
And there's still a lighthouse at Dover Castle that was built in 55 AD by the Romans.
Wow.
So my ancestor, John Dixwell, was the governor of Dover Castle very briefly at the end of the time when there was no king. There were 11 years of no king after they got Charles I beheaded.
So that's a remarkable story, and I take it that he fled from England to what were then the colonies, or Massachusetts Bay Colony, or
first he fled to Germany. I think he thought he would be able to go back home.
Okay.
He hoped that things would settle down and he could go back home.
Right.
But then when he realized that things were not going to get easier, he then somehow got to New England, and we don't really know how, but it was in 1665, 5 years after he fled England, that he showed up in Hadley, Massachusetts.
Right.
It was a little frontier town at that time that had only been in existence for about 7 years.
Wow.
When he arrived there.
Okay. And did he go incognito, or how did that work out?
He changed his name to James Davids and went down to New Haven, where he married somebody, and she died within a month, and that gave him enough money to be able to marry someone else 3 years later.
Okay.
And he had his first child when he was 66.
Oh my goodness! So this is a remarkable story.
Yes.
That you've obviously done a lot of research
Yes.
on your ancestor. I take it this portrait was from happier times in England rather than.
This is a portrait of Charles I.
Oh, Charles I.
We
Okay.
have no images of John Dixwell.
Okay.
But this is a happier time when he still had his head.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
But one thing that I did towards the end of the book is I wanted to figure out who in each generation, this is the genealogy part of it,
Okay.
would have been given the key.
Okay.
And how would they have felt about what John Dixwell did?
That's right. And you showed me a chart earlier.
Yes.
That kind of tracks what you think is the.
Well, I think, because why would I have gotten the key if it hadn't gone through my direct descent from John Dixwell?
Okay.
Right.
Well, Sarah, this is a fascinating story. How can people find this book and purchase it?
They can get it from Levelers Press. You can also get it on Amazon. I made an audiobook that I'm the narrator.
Okay.
And it's also an ebook.
All right. Well,
So-
Sarah, this sounds like a remarkable tome. You're here at the New England Regional Genealogical Consortium event in Manchester, New Hampshire. So this weekend through November the 1st, 2025, we can actually meet you and go to your booth there. But if not, if you want to learn about the book, you can go to Levelers Press or Amazon. Maybe some libraries will have this remarkable story as well. Sarah, thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.